In a previous video, I introduced various Hindu gods. In this video, we will summarize the Ramayana epic and introduce other deities, including Hanuman, the monkey god. Around 400 AD, the esteemed poet Valmiki undertook the monumental task of gathering songs and legends related to Rama. With meticulous care, he composed his rendition of the Ramayana, a sprawling work encompassing 24,000 verses, thoughtfully organized into 7 books. It's important to note that the Ramayana exists in various versions, often preserving a core set of stories. So, without further ado, let's start the story of the Ramayana. The central characters in the Ramayana are all divine incarnations. Rama is one of the 9 avatars of Vishnu, the preserver, who forms the Hindu trinity alongside Shiva, the destroyer, and Brahma, the creator. In contrast, Sita is recognized as an incarnation of Lakshmi, the goddess of wealth and prosperity. Lakshmi is the divine consort of Vishnu, and whenever Vishnu assumes an earthly form, Lakshmi accompanies him. The epic tale begins when all the deities convened and made a collective appeal to the supreme god, Vishnu. They implored him, expressing deep concerns. The 10-headed and 20-armed Ravana and his brothers have, through their rigorous penance and prayers, acquired extraordinary powers, which they are misusing and posing a grave threat to our realms. Shiva and Brahma, while powerful, cannot intervene since the powers granted to Ravana and his kin were originally bestowed by these 2 deities and cannot be easily revoked. You, Vishnu, hold the ultimate role of protector, and we beseech you to save us. In response, Vishnu made a solemn promise, saying, Ravana's downfall can only be orchestrated by a human. He was never granted invincibility against a human, perhaps underestimating the potential threat they posed. I shall descend to earth as King Dasaratha's son. My divine couch, Adisesha, the serpent, upon whose coils I recline, will manifest as my brother Lakshmana. Furthermore, all the celestial beings present will incarnate in the mortal realm, taking the form of a monkey clan, as Ravana has long been cursed that his demise will only be at the hands of a monkey. King Dasaratha, in whose lineage Vishnu, as Rama, is destined to be born, ruled the kingdom of Kosala with compassion and courage, endearing him to his subjects. His greatest sorrow was his childlessness. Following a sage's advice, he embarked on a year-long sacrificial rite. At its culmination, a supernatural being presented blessed rice, which was given to his 3 wives. Kausalya and Kaikeyi bore Rama and Bharatha, respectively, while Sumitra gave birth to Lakshmana and Satrughna. As Rama reached a suitable age, a sage appeared, requesting the king's permission for Rama to accompany him in performing a ritual at the Ganges River. Although initially hesitant, King Dasaratha ultimately allowed Rama and Lakshmana to join the sage. Along their journey, they valiantly vanquished numerous demons. The sage imparted valuable techniques in weaponry to Rama, and celestial deities blessed him with a collection of potent weapons known as astras. During their journey, they arrived in a city where Rama had his first encounter with Sita. In this city, King Janaka possessed an enormous bow that had once belonged to Shiva. Shiva, in times past, had relinquished this bow, leaving it in the safekeeping of one of Janaka's ancestors, where it had since become a cherished heirloom. Sita, as an infant girl, was a divine gift from Mother Earth to Janaka, discovered in a furrow as the field was plowed. Janaka adopted and nurtured the child, and she blossomed into a captivating beauty, attracting the attention of several eligible princes who vied for Sita's hand. Faced with the challenge of choosing a suitor and to deter unwelcome suitors, King Janaka established a condition. He proclaimed that only the one who could lift, bend, and string Shiva's bow would be deemed worthy of becoming Sita's husband. While this feat proved insurmountable for all the other suitors, Rama effortlessly achieved it, securing his union with Sita. When King Dasaratha decided to step down from his worldly responsibilities, he designated Rama as his successor. However, this decision profoundly disheartened his second wife, Kaikeyi, who harbored a fervent desire for her own son, Bharatha, to ascend to the throne. Just as the coronation of Rama was on the verge of commencement, Kaikeyi beseeched her husband to redeem 2 boons he had previously made to her. She stipulated that Rama must endure a 14-year exile from Ayodhya, capital city of the Kosala kingdom, while her son, Bharatha, should be anointed as the new king in his stead. This unreasonable demand plunged Dasaratha into deep distress and ultimately led to his death. Yet, he found himself unable to deny Kaikeyi's request, for upholding one's vow is regarded as one of the highest moral principles. Concurrently, Rama exemplified unwavering virtue by adhering to his father's decision. He was obedient to and unquestioning of his parents, and thus, he consented to the exile. Accompanied by his devoted wife, Sita, and loyal half-brother, Lakshmana, Rama departed from the city, leaving the inhabitants in profound sorrow, as they had aspired for Rama to assume the throne. During their exile in the forest, Rama and his companions faced various adventures, one of which involved an encounter with a demoness named Sorpanaka. She fell in love with Rama and proposed marriage to him but soon concluded that Sita's exceptional beauty was the cause of his indifference toward her. When Sorpanaka attempted to harm Sita, Lakshmana intervened and mutilated her. Fleeing from the scene, Sorpanaka sought refuge with her brother, Ravana, the demon king of the island of Lanka. While recounting the cruelty she had endured, she talked about the extraordinary beauty of Sita, which piqued Ravana's curiosity and desire. Ravana enlisted the assistance of his servant, Maricha, who disguised as a golden deer to lure Rama and Lakshmana away from Sita. Ravana took on the appearance of an old beggar and approached Sita, beseeching her for food and drink. Driven by compassion to assist him, Sita stepped out of the protective circle drawn to protect her. The beggar transformed into Ravana, captured Sita in his flying chariot, and left for Lanka. Thus, Rama embarked on his quest to rescue Sita, leading him to form unexpected bonds with friends and allies in the monkeys and bears kingdom. Among them were Sugriva, the monkey king, and his loyal assistant Hanuman. Additionally, they encountered Jambuvan, the king of the bears. Let's pause for a moment to talk further about the character of Hanuman. Hanuman, a divine incarnation of Shiva, was also said to be the son of the wind god, Vayu. In his early years, his father imparted a profound directive: he was to serve Vishnu. Therefore, when Hanuman crossed paths with Rama, he swiftly recognized that Rama was the incarnation of Vishnu himself. During his childhood, Hanuman observed the rising sun and, in a playful misunderstanding, mistook it for a ripe fruit. He leaped towards it, aiming to partake in what he believed was a delicious treat. In response, the king of the gods, Indra, intervened, casting his thunderbolt and striking Hanuman directly on the jaw. This mighty blow left Hanuman lifeless and with a fractured jaw, falling to the earth. Witnessing his son's plight, Vayu, the god of air, was profoundly distressed and withdrew all the air from the earth, causing immense suffering to all living beings. To rectify this dire situation, Lord Shiva intervened and orchestrated Hanuman's revival. Feeling remorse for his actions, Indra granted Hanuman a potent boon. Additionally, other benevolent gods blessed him with a multitude of extraordinary powers, including unparalleled strength. In his mischievous ways, Hanuman started using his supernatural powers to play pranks on others. Once, he decided to play a prank on a sage who was deeply engrossed in meditation. The enraged sage cursed Hanuman, decreeing that he would forget his remarkable abilities until reminded by another. This crucial reminder would ultimately come from the wise king of the bears, Jambuvan, when they were at the southernmost point of India and needed to cross to Lanka. Now that Hanuman had fully recollected his dynamic divine powers, he underwent a remarkable transformation, growing to the size of a mountain. With this newfound strength, he effortlessly traversed the vast channel that separated India from Lanka. Upon reaching the shores of Lanka, Hanuman was greeted by the sight of the grand city, inhabited by the demon king Ravana and his malevolent followers. To infiltrate the city undetected, Hanuman reduced his size to that of an ant, cleverly sneaking in. As Hanuman stealthily scoured the city, he eventually located Sita in a secluded grove. Seizing the opportunity, he approached Sita while the city's inhabitants slept and presented her with a ring gifted by Rama. This ring served as a reassuring token, signifying that Rama would soon come to her rescue. Hanuman then began to dismantle the grove, a calculated move designed to provoke his capture. When brought before Ravana, Ravana ordered his attendants to set Hanuman's tail ablaze as a form of torture. However, each time they attempted to add an oil-soaked cloth to his tail, Hanuman elongated his tail further, requiring additional layers of cloth. Ravana, exasperated, finally issued the command to commence the burning. When his tail was set alight, Hanuman promptly broke free from his restraints, nimbly bounded from rooftop to rooftop, his burning tail leaving a trail of devastation in its wake. Building after building ignited in flames, reducing much of the city to ashes before Hanuman embarked on his return journey to India. Upon receiving the joyful news that Sita was safe and awaiting his rescue, Rama marshaled the support of the monkey army, marking the commencement of the legendary Battle of Lanka. In the protracted conflict that ensued, Hanuman played a pivotal role, serving as a general within the army. With the necessity for the entire army to cross to Lanka, Hanuman and his allies embarked on the monumental task of constructing a bridge that bridged India to Lanka, famously known as Rama's Bridge. During the arduous battle, Lakshmana, Rama's beloved brother, sustained a grievous injury. The situation was dire, and it was believed that only a miraculous herb from the Himalayan mountains could save him. Recognizing that Hanuman was the sole individual capable of making the journey swiftly, Rama dispatched him to the mountain. Upon reaching the Himalayas, Hanuman discovered an abundance of healing herbs along the mountainside. Not knowing which herb was the correct one, Hanuman chose to physically uproot the entire mountain and transported it back to the battlefield. This heroic feat saved Lakshmana's life. After a prolonged and intense battle, Rama ultimately vanquished Ravana and his closest confidants. However, when Sita was reunited with Rama, he had lingering doubts about Sita's virtue. In response, Sita, in a poignant display of her chastity, underwent a trial by fire, emerging unscathed and proving her purity to Rama. As the group embarked on their journey back to Ayodhya for Rama's reclamation of his rightful kingship, they encountered a heartwarming sight. People illuminated their doorsteps with small lamps, creating a luminous path to guide Rama's return, symbolizing the triumph of light over darkness. This tradition has evolved into the contemporary celebration known as Deepavali or Diwali, the Festival of Lights. It's a time when people commemorate the victory of light and also seek to attract wealth and prosperity into their homes by placing lamps in their windows to welcome the return of Sita, symbolized as the goddess Lakshmi. Finally, as Rama assumed his rightful position as king, he extended his gratitude to all those who had stood by him during the arduous battle, offering them gifts. When he presented Hanuman with his gift, Hanuman chose to cast it aside. This perplexed many court officials, who were both frustrated and curious about his actions. In response, Hanuman revealed the profound truth that he did not require a gift to remember Rama, as Rama was forever enshrined within his heart. Unconvinced, some court officials pressed for evidence, prompting Hanuman to tear open his chest, revealing an image of Rama and Sita imprinted upon his heart. Acknowledged as a genuine and unwavering devotee, Hanuman was cured by Rama and offered immortality. Yet, Hanuman humbly declined this offer, seeking only a place at Rama's feet for worship. Touched by this devotion, Rama bestowed Hanuman with immortality anyway. In contemporary times, Hanuman is revered as a deity known for his unwavering devotion, self-control, extraordinary strength, and his role as a remover of obstacles. He grants supernatural abilities, heals diseases, conquers malevolent forces, and serves as a protector. In some versions of the Ramayana, the narrative concludes on a tragic note. In these renditions, lingering doubts about Sita's virtue became the source of gossip in the kingdom, and Rama banished her from the kingdom. During her exile, Sita gave birth to twins. Tragically, not long after this, she passed away, and a bereaved and sorrowful Rama reunited with her in the realm of heaven.